Hello and welcome to Bitchin
Christian
episode 4.
Big 4.
Woot! On Zoom.
Horrid.
What do you want to bitch about this week? You go first.
All right. Well, I have a couple of things. First is, don't get me wrong. I totally get that, it must be really difficult to work in the grocery store right now and all the protocols and how silly it is. And, but they're really worried and they're behind plastic and whatever. But this rule that they have where you cannot put your bag, like you bring your own bags, you can't put them on any part of where the till thing is, where all the food goes at the end.
Yeah.
You can't put the bag on there.
What, your own bag?
Yeah.
Well, why don't you use bags?
What, the bottom of my bag has COVID?
Well, it might do if it's coming from
the bottom of my bag. And it's going to transfer to this stainless steel, and then it's going to transfer to something else from the stainless steel, the COVID that's on the bottom of my bag.
But that's how viruses spread, Marny.
Give me a break. Whose bag has COVID? Nobody's bag has COVID.
Well, you might have it around your face. You might have licked it before you got in there. You might have taken it out. You might have.
I have a mind too.
And then put your hands inside your bag to find your bag, and then pulled it out, and then licked it to get it open, and then put it on the stainless steel thing. And then guess what? The COVID that you have, speaking as a medical healthcare professional, is now on the stainless steel doodad that they have to then clean it off.
Lisa, this is a stupid rule. Okay, they clean it every time. Why shouldn't I put my COVID infected bag on there if they're going to clean it after I remove it?
Well, that's true. I mean, literally, I have to clean between every single patient, I have to go around and clean everything everywhere. So people say to me, "Oh, can I put my false teeth on this? Can I put my false teeth down on the chair?" And I'm like, "Sure, go for it." I tell you what, just hang them on the edge and wriggle them around a bit. It doesn't matter because I'm going to clean it. Because I'm just spending my whole flipping day cleaning.
Yeah.
If you bum on it, if you like, pull your pants down and just wriggle around on the bed. It doesn't matter because I am going to clean it down. So actually, from that perspective, I guess you do have a point. Your bag.
Well, it's just so frustrating because there's nowhere to put the bag then. And yeah, you can put it in the basket and fill the first one, and then you can push that back and fill the second one. But after that, you're just piling bags on top of bags, and the stuff that you so carefully selected because it was bruise free or whatever is now all squashed. It's just so, and I just like, oh, it makes me so angry, and there's no one to complain to because it's not the checkout person's fault, obviously, that COVID's around and that their management has come up with these stupid rules. In my opinion, that's one of my complaints this week.
Couldn't you just use their bags, the plastic bags that they supply, that poison the ocean?
Not good for the environment, is it? What did I buy all those? I've got so many bags, anyway, and they all have COVID on them, every last one. Don't get me started on drivers, Lisa. This is a whole new one for next week. I'm happy again.
Evacuation section, what do you weigh? Honestly.
Well, I had lost 1.6 pounds last week.
Yes.
And this week I gained a pound back.
Well, I have good news.
What?
On 2 pounds. I now weigh 161. I'm the heaviest I've ever been.
No, Lisa.
I know. I've got to get on it, but I will get on it. That's why the good thing about Zoom is you can only see from here up. It's good.
Yes, exactly. Don't make me stand up because I'm naked from the waist down.
Oh, that's good. I had my hair extensions taken out. They got on my nerves.
Aw.
Yeah.
Well, I can't remember. I wanted you to see my eyelashes because the 16. Can you see them? The 16 are up.
Oh,
and
they look good. They look really good. Yeah.
So that's as long as they're going to get, and thick, I guess, as long as thick as
Well,
they're
they
going
look
to get.
pretty darn spectacular. I had a disaster this week with the contact lenses that I tried. I'm going back
What happened?
in a bit. Well, okay, so what happened? I had terrible trouble getting them in. Oh, yeah, well, you're there like this, they explained, and you're balancing it on your finger, and the lady in the shot, and you're trying to, and oh my giddy aunt. I thought Chris will never be able to do that. He can't even touch his eyeball. Anyway, I managed to get him. I'm like something out of, what's that, Clockwork Orange, whatever it was.
Yes.
Yeah, so that was a little difficult. So anyway, I thought I'll take him into work because Jess, I was having terrible trouble getting them in and out. And Jess, my lovely colleague, wears contacts, and she works at a shop, you know, that eye place, optician. And so anyway, she gave me some tips, and so I took it into work, and I got one of them in, and the other one was really bugging me. I don't know, I must have got something underneath. So I went to take it out, and I couldn't get it, and I couldn't get hold of it, and I couldn't get hold. And then I thought, I wonder if it's still in there. Well, I couldn't see, could I? Because I didn't only have
Oh no.
So then anyway, turns out, guess what? It's not in there. I dropped it somewhere in the patient's change room. So it's on someone's shoe somewhere, my permanent contact lens that they told me you couldn't drop out of your eye. You could lose it. But the trouble is, when you're taking it out, you can't see because you don't have a contact lens and you don't have your glasses on. I didn't know it was stuck to my finger. So it must have fallen on the floor. And then I looked everywhere, but I guess some patient trampled on it. Out it went. The other thing in the vacuous section I wanted to mention, which was really getting on my nerves this week, was bra straps.
Oh, yes.
When you're a bit of a bigger girl and you've got the right size cup, the straps are out here. I mean, they're made for some Amazonian woman. And I'm like, they're just falling down all the time, all the time, all the time, all the time.
And you've got them adjusted?
Hey?
And you've got them
I've got them adjusted. I can barely see where I'm going. My boobs are so high up, but they're just constantly falling off of my shoulder like that, falling off. I'm like, why can't they just make a bra that flipping well fits? Just because you're a bit bigger doesn't mean you don't want. I mean, I want it to fit. It's supposed to be an over-shoulder boulder holder. It's meant to be over the shoulder, not hanging off the shoulder boulder holder. That doesn't work because it doesn't hold any boulders.
I do find that you know, the elastic stretches over time, and pretty much every time I put them on now, I have to tighten them up to the point where you know, they're like going to be up in my,
like these little bits here, the plastic, if they're made of plastic, they don't hold like they used to. Or is it my imagination? Like they used to grip, like to undo them, you have to, in the past.
You think it's sliding around?
Yeah, I think they're just sliding up as the day goes on. Your boobs are going like that as the day goes on. Or it's more like that's what it feels like anyway. It's like some mechanical failure going on all day long. And I'm just, I can't handle it. I can't handle it with everything else. I can't. I've got a mask on. I've got a visor on. I've got people talking to me about their lumps. And I just want my bra to stay flip where it is. I can't take it. Of all the things, just hold firm. I just want something to stay in its place. And if it could be my bra with my boobs in it, that would just be perfect. It would really make my life much easier. I could cope with everything else. What are you complaining about?
Is this the biggest salad you've ever seen? How are you supposed to get this in your mouth? Like, I'm going to have to get half of it to go. That's not very good, is it? No, do not do it. I'm going to be so sorry.
Were you struggling with that?
I was, but you missed it.
A bit losing it with people.
So grumpy. My fuse is like this big.
Wow, that's thicker than normal.
No, this is thicker than normal. This is smaller than normal. Yes, I'm fed up. I'm sick of waiting. I'm sick of my mask. I'm sick of all of it. But I do love my new eyelashes.
What have you been doing that might have created bitch-worthy news for this week? I heard you were doing some work online.
I have a few people. In my life. I'm not going to name any names, but they are of a certain age, and they seem to not have grasped anything about how computers work. They all think that I'm some computer tech And so I get phone calls and emails and text messages asking me how to do this or that. How do I attach a Word document to my email? That kind of thing. And I'm like, have any of you people ever heard of Google? Because that is how I learn how to do everything. I just go to Google and I ask, and then I might have to watch a video. But honestly, I don't phone people to ask them how to do these things. It's kind of mind blowing that they're so helpless and useless with a device that has been around for what, 30, 40 years now, computers?
40s, 1970s, isn't it?
Yeah. So like, what? You don't know how to do that? Okay. And then occasionally I get snippy.
No.
When I've had enough.
This is why we have to do this. Because
I know. Otherwise I'd be even snippier. Think of that.
The Chris's would be listening to it all the time. Should we ask them what they think? You're going to look.
Let's have a look.
I'm going to look to the right. Okay. That's this way.
Well, I'm looking this way.
Correct. Let's ask them. Are you ready?
Okay. 1, 2, 3.
What do you think?
Chris,
I think I'm going to have to consult with Chris on that one. Chris?
Live in the now, man. Who knew? Wayne's World so spiritually sound.
Wow. Who knew? Those Chris's.
Quite unbelievable, really.
No, you can't take my knife.
Why not?
I must keep it to eat my dessert.
Why? What are you going to do with it?
I'm gonna stab it, and then I'm gonna put it in my mouth.
What,
and
the
I'm
dessert?
Yes, before you two get your forks in there. Trust me, I'm eating it. You can't stop me. That's what I'm saying. Okay, is it just my imagination, or is this half the size that it used to be? Probably twice the price. Am I right? I'm right. And this is the kind of thing that sets off
Your
bad mood. Even though I'm going to eat it, and I'll be happy when I'm done. Do you understand?
Do you understand?
Good. I knew you would. I had ordered some baking from my dear friend Wendy.
Oh, yes.
And she met me on Wednesday, and we exchanged, I got the baking, and I'm doing it all apparently for when my sister comes over for a visit next week. But as soon as I got it home, I opened it up and started eating it. So I've placed another order for next week.
Oh dear. That's not good.
This one's gonna be all gone. And then this morning, Chris was like, do you want me to freeze this? And I had to really think hard. And finally I said yes, but not the truffles. So I had a truffle with candy cane or peppermint or whatever on it this morning, which is why I'm in such a good mood today.
Hurry up, for goodness sake. Are you waiting for an invitation? Let's go.
Yum, yum, yum. Well, I think that covers my list of bitching for this week.
Good.
Good. Well, that's good. All right. You know what? I'm just going to say goodbye for this week. It's goodbye from me.
And it's goodbye from her.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.